Welcome back, my friends. This is Rodney. I am on the peninsula in Long Beach, California at 66th Street behind me where the palm trees are. And today is Wednesday, August 5th. And in looking at my footage from last week, my kind of field notes from last week, a big takeaway is that on the peninsula here from about, I would say, from about 68th, 69th, maybe from 68th Street, all the way down to about 58th Street. The beach is gone. What I'm standing on here is just the construction zone of the levee between the seawall and the levee. I mean, this part is just a construction zone. We might count this as part of the beach. We would count the beach up to here before the levee. But then beyond that, there's no beach. It's all the high tide comes up even to the top of the levee on some nights. And so if we're going to give the maximal amount of beach here, we would say just this passage area for the dump trucks is the beach. But if we don't count this construction zone as the beach, then there is no beach, right? The construction zone goes all the way up to the seawall. And for a couple of days, I saw the construction crew moving the levee, especially out in front of 66th Street. They were moving the levee, 1 foot at a time as they got the chance, as they got a breather, they kind of moved it out and they actually expanded this passageway so that, if we roped off an area along the seawall, there would be like a foot or two of beach. And so what has kind of arisen from me looking at the footage from last week is that the strategy, if they wanted to replenish to the beach, would be to rope off an area. We could put some ropes, just maybe a couple of feet here, and then move the construction zone just 2 feet this way. And then the next day, do another foot and just keep on doing that. And then whatever's behind this roped off area, that's the actual beach, and they could actually grow the beach. Even right now, they've quit construction for the day. Today, they could be actually growing the beach. They could be moving this levee out. They could be dumping sand over the top. They could be roping off an area and moving the construction zone just foot by foot, maybe eventually yard by yard, and they could get it out further, and that would actually restore some beach, and they could probably keep ahead of it. Today is a very calm day. The swell is, I mean, it's like glass out there, and the tide is very low, relatively all through the day. It's relatively low. Next week, let's see, coming on the 11th, there's going to be a high tide, a monthly high tide. And so we'll take a look at that and see what happens there. But that's what I've come to is the strategy of roping off an area and just moving the levee further that way. And they could do it foot by foot, yard by yard. And I think they could make a lot of progress on days like today. And then when a storm came, there would be a lot more volume here to stop the power of the surf. Okay, for the time being, that is it.